and expeditions, so that way we can do this. I still have to fucking cross the Alps, which means I'm spending a lot of gold. I came across an aristocratic young lady surrounded by boorish thugs on the road. I quickly stepped to help. Combos do much less damage. That sucks. I spotted two people walking along the road towards me, each carrying a heavy burden. Something about them seemed slightly off. Young lady, allow me to lighten your burden, please. You do worry me. Oh, it's Amy, eh? Stop fussing, I'm fine. I do wish you had refrained from sending the cart on ahead of us.
Is that?
What?
No.
I'm in the middle of something.
Season 14 of Red vs. Blue?
Yes.
So, Bucky, the, Tucker clone.
First off, that's season 15 you're talking about.
15, sorry.
Idiot.
Did you watch season 15?
Yes.
The Tucker's clone person there?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, Dallas Reed. You know who that is?
No.
Asta.
Okay. That's funny. Alright.
And then,
You're interrupting, though.
and Surge. Williams. Do you know who that is?
No.
Jura.
They got fucking anime people in Red vs. Blue, is what you're telling me? It would make more sense if they were in Ruby, though. Seriously. Alright. I do wish you had refrained from sending the cart on ahead of us. There are things ladies should never be seen doing, and carrying parcels like some lowly manservant is one of them. They were probably on their way back from town. The servant was trying to lecture the girl in the beautiful dress, but it fell on deaf ears. The young master told me to buy you whatever you please, as you go and buy yourself coffee beans. Raphael said he liked this type of coffee. From behind the pair, a group of rough-looking armed men appeared, their weapons drawn. It's not safe for a little princess to be walking around these parts unprotected. Lucky we came along when we'll guard you. For a price, that is. Without a second glance, the girl passed her bag of coffee beans to her servant. You stay back and hold this. The servant moved away with a sigh as the girl turned to face the men, drawing a thin sword from the scabbard at her waist. If you can beat me, you can guard me. The girl's calm demeanor didn't alter the fact that she was facing a large band of ruffians alone. I couldn't just stand idly by, so I moved in to help. I mean, seriously. Don't fuck with Amy. She's probably on my top 5 girls from Soul Calibur list. Her, Pyrrha, Tira, Sunmina, and... probably Ivy.
Watch this! Here goes!
Yeah, combos may do much less damage, but everything else does a shit ton of damage. I mean, what the fuck? Really? I see you are also a wielder of the Flamberge.
Try this! Watch this! Take this!
Ha! Pardon. Not really. I made the wrong move there. And it cost me my chest piece. And my gauntlets. So you sick son of a bitch. When the clamor of battle finally subsided, I surveyed the scene, so that's why the girl had been so calm. Unscathed, she put away her sword and then stared up at me. You're good. What's your name? I told her who I was and asked if she'd actually needed my help. Before she could reply, though, hers did. Your help was most welcome. While the young lady is full of fight, if anything had happened to her, I couldn't bear to face the master. I am eternally grateful to you. As the young lady has said, you are indeed blessed with great skill. Young miss, I have a proposition for you. How about inviting your kind helper to the mansion? It would be a perfect opportunity to practice everything you've learned. Slightly overwhelmed by the servant's ebullience, I looked up to the young girl. She watched me for a moment, then gave a small nod. According to the servant, the mansion was a little off the beaten track. I promised I would visit within the next few days, and we parted ways. Hold up, if I'm fighting against Amy, then what's up with the claims that she's supposed to be an actual DLC character coming soon? And is part of the season pass? If that's the case, then I doubt it, because at least Young Sun was mentioned, but not actually fightable, so that way they can put him in the game. And again, though, that makes sense, because there's not even a normal style that's close to Young Sun. Partly because Amy's maid had spoken with such passion, I made my way to the young lady's residence, which was somewhat off the beaten track. The manor's lord came to greet me when I arrived. Your opponent's vertical attacks do much more damage. I'm guessing I'm fighting against Raphael instead. When I arrived at the mansion, I was taken to the drawing room. Welcome to my mansion. I am Raphael, heir to Lord Dumas' estate. No, Zave, he seriously is heir to Lord Dumas' estate. It's the fucking story. It's even the story in Soul Calibur 5. So why are you saying hell no? Ah, for fuck's sake. I have headphones on. I heard you came to Amy's aid. I thank you from the bottom of my heart. As a token of my appreciation, please allow me to host you for dinner tonight. It really is the least I can do. During dinner, Raphael boasted of his library. So once we had finished our meal, we stepped out into the garden and headed to the annex to see it. Okay, so apparently Chase is saying that he wants to, he's ready for some Soul Calibur if we want to play that. Amy says you are a capable fighter. How about a little duel? No need to hold back with me. I taught Amy everything she knows. I will not hold back then. I will in fact try to crush you. That was a funny post, though. I made on Tumblr. I reposted someone's thing actually out of my Tumblr page, which was a scene from Naruto Shippuden where fake Madara, aka Obito Uchiha, was like, "Am I sweating? No, it's just the rain. No one can make me sweat." Ow. I'm sorry, were you thinking of moving around me? I'm sorry, were you thinking of moving around me? I did not mean to do that extra hit. I am sorry, Raphael. I'm not here to abuse you. Just when I thought I had him beat, my legs grew weak and I stumbled. In a flash, Raphael had the tip of his rapier against my throat. I froze. What the fuck? With what I learned in my investigation and judging from the power you display, it has to be you. I was wise to take precautions. Well then, Ethan, I think I can safely assume you know about the evil seed and the disaster that befell this world in 1583. I'm just gonna block this person because I don't think they are a normal person. I could feel my limbs beginning to grow numb. My food must have been poisoned. Raphael continued, his blade never wavering at my throat. At that time, everything I owned, my land, all my worldly possessions, was taken from me. I had nothing. But then I met Amy. Amy is the sun that lights my life, and the reason I wake up every morning. That is why I seek information on Soul Edge, so she may know true happiness. Raphael's cold tone warmed back to its usual friendly cadence. Alas, I have many enemies, but with your assistance, my investigations will proceed at a much brisker pace. Should you choose to help me, you will be rewarded handsomely. So, what say you? I'm sorry, you made this a good playthrough, and you made it clear that refusing to help Raphael is the good path choice. Never a truer fool have I met. Prepare to die, as all who stand in the way of Amy's happiness shall. I felt the tip of his rapier press against my throat. What are you doing, Raphael? Amy! Oh, we were just having a little bit of fun. Indeed, you said so yourself, didn't you? That our guest here is quite adept? As you can see, though, I have emerged the victor. Because you fucking cheated. Raphael sheathed his rapier before walking over to Amy. If you change your mind, come see me. Let's head back inside, shall we, Amy? I watched as the pair headed into the mansion. Raphael said he wanted to bring Amy happiness, but how did the cursed sword fit into those plans? I pondered the question as I left to continue my journey. Yeah. Raphael is one of those odd characters. Right, you gotta press A when you're on the normal menus and X when you're going through story mode. The final piece. What's going on here? I wonder what Raphael planned to do with the information he was gathering about the cursed sword. Perhaps I would learn more by giving him the text I had collected. With the documents in hand, I returned to Raphael's mansion. Marvelous! I knew I could rely on you. Raphael wasted no time and began to read the documents I brought on the spot. Interesting. After reading them from start to finish, he let out a sigh. The writings you retrieved from me were the first two sections of a 3-section piece. I have the final one here. Raphael pulled a document from a shelf. I obtained this recently. Read it for yourself. The final section by the author, this so-called Scholar of the Future, described a failed attempt to create the ultimate seed. Only those present at Osransburg Castle during the attempt what had happened. I pondered who this scholar was when suddenly it hit me. A shiver ran down my spine. Regarding that spirit sword the author referred to, there seems to be no references to it in any historical record, nor is it spoken of in any rumor or folktale. I can't tell if it was something made up to increase the power of the cursed sword, or just something that was made up. But it appears this Scholar of the Future fellow and his plans for the ultimate seed were thwarted by the conduit wielding the true sword, which is very likely to be the real Soul Edge. If this conduit figure really exists, then I have no doubt that Soul Edge also exists. I presume you feel the same? Raphael looked at me, his gaze as sharp and as threatening as his rapier. But let us celebrate for now. With this, I am one step closer to crafting the perfect world for my beloved Amy. These documents will prove a valuable read. Soul Edge, I will know your secrets, this I swear. What had driven Raphael to this? Is this really what Amy wanted? And this Scholar of the Future? I left the mansion with more questions than answers. Alright, I just want to check real quick. Nope, doesn't look like he's on yet. Alright, let's end the expedition real quick, and... There's a quest in Scandinavia. The snowy arena where I fulfilled my promise to grow. Who in their right mind would be in a place like this? I was about to find out. I have to survive until time runs out. That's all I have to do. I forget if I have a health regen thing, but I should check. But it also sounds like Aswell might have survived. That is bad news. Bad juju. That's a good one. Let's do that, just in case. I see you have settled matters with the Aval warrior. I turn to see Zaslomel striding towards me through the snowy forest. You succeeded in bringing forth the sword. Furthermore, you still stand when you should be dead. All you hoped to achieve has become reality, and you even held on to who you were. Most are unable to change their destinies, and no mere human could truly achieve what you have done. Zaslomel's glimmering golden eye held me in its steady gaze as he readied his scythe. So, what will you do when tossed to the bottom of the abyss? Wow, Zaslomel, you're sounding bad. Zaslomel drew a symbol in the air with his left hand, and the next moment, the world began to warp around me. Menace pervading the air. For a split second, though, distorted ripples in reality, I saw a vision of a twisted figure where Zaslomel stood, a great and terrible king of death. Was it Zaslomel's true form? Resist, endure, know the darkest depths of your soul.
Fight! Time's up. I shall live again.
Wow, I am so glad I survived that one. The last time I had a survive till time runs out round, that was infuriating. Good. You have survived my trial. Your spirit grows stronger than even I thought possible. Never in all my lives have I seen one such as you. Ethan, what is destiny to you? Why is it that saying the thing that Killick says is automatically the Soul Edge choice? I'm gonna say I don't know. Perhaps some might think your answer foolish, but the wise know when they know not. The leader of the Guardians of the Spirit Sword, a group I once belonged to, gave the same answer as you. As a youth, I thought him a fool. Now, I see who the real fool was. Our people spoke of a legendary man named Al-Ghul, the Hero King, forger of the Spirit Sword. Al-Ghul's will was unbreakable, strong enough even to tame the Cursed Sword. In my conceit, I believed myself as equal. Tell me, do you still sense the sword? I focused, reaching out with my mind to feel for the sword, but couldn't find it. When I told Zaslomel that I no longer sensed my link to the sword, he simply said, "I see," and left. Almost reached level 86. Pardon. What's that right there again? Golden-haired warrior. Yeah. Right, because I'm trying to figure out who this golden-haired warrior is. Arthur! Oh, yeah, that guy. Huh. Arthur was the guy who replaced Mitsurugi in Soul Edge and Soul Calibur when he was released in Korea because they didn't like samurai. So now I gotta beat this guy up. All attacks count as counter hits for both you and your opponent. Huh. The small settlement I stopped by was buzzing with rumors about a man with a katana searching for Soul Edge. It had to be Mitsurugi. I heard that he'd only just left town, so I decided to pursue him. State your purpose. His armor and katana were that of a samurai, but I'd only seen blonde hair and blue eyes like that on Europeans. I explained that I had heard rumors of him and confused him with a friend. He seemed amused. Is that so? Well, I was beginning to think I was the only blonde samurai in the world. When I told him my acquaintance was searching for Soul Edge too, his expression changed. Soul Edge, you say? Well, then I must know more of this friend of yours. I told him about Mitsurugi. I cannot allow another to outdo me. Dude, you're the fucking replacement character. He's gonna outdo you. He's on the fucking box art half the time. You say that you have fought this Mitsurugi. Well then, you and he must be relatively equal in strength. In that case, my name is Arthur, and I request a duel.
This looks like a blonde-haired ripoff of Mitsurugi.
Yeah. I mean, he's appeared in a couple of the games, even in when he wasn't replacing Mitsurugi for reasons.
It's clear he thinks he's Mitsurugi if he's a pirate.
No, Ziv. Just no. Pirates didn't always wear eye patches because they lost their eyes. Sometimes they wore them because, you know, they were training their eyes for night vision. He might be wearing either Mitsurugi's or Yoshimitsu's pants. The rest of the armor is definitely normal customization items. Yeah, it is. Sorry, I just knocked off your eye patch and your spalders. And your pauldrons. Why'd I call them spalders? I don't know why. It's pauldrons. Bravo! Excellent! I, on the other hand, disappoint myself. It would be a great pleasure to cross swords with this Mitsurugi fellow, but if he also seeks Soul Edge, there no doubt our paths would cross. Arthur's expression suddenly turned sour. Soul Edge must be mine, and mine alone! His single-minded quest for strength reminded me of Mitsurugi, and yet I couldn't shake the feeling that Arthur was heading for trouble. As I watched him walk away, I felt a strange connection with him. I was certain this meeting was not our last. I'm sorry, I have to fucking laugh. They actually made Arthur officially canon for the story of Soul Calibur 6 by having him as a Libra of Soul's Quest. That is funny. Oh shit, the fucking astral fissure changed place? I didn't think that'd be possible. Alright, let's take care of that fissure first. Because I don't want it to just disappear. Who am I fighting against? Dabud Father? The fuck? What kind of name is that? I'm gonna try to step up closer to see who this guy is. He's level 55. Weapon does similar damage to me. What the fuck? The fuck is that? I can't tell what the hell he is. Alright, well, I'm just hoping he's not going to be as hard as Astaroth was to fight. Also, wait. Special condition, your opponent won't recoil when hit by weak attacks, and something about their soul gauge. Are they always stuck in soul charge? Is that what you're saying?
Battle
It'd be very weird, actually, now that I think about it, for Renora to pop up in one of these astral fissures, because she's, well, you guys don't really know anything about her because she's an original character of mine, but basically she's like this tame little, half-spirit, half-demon girl who, doesn't really know, who doesn't really fight, but she's been trained to fight, just in case she, is left alone without her. Well, she will refer to him as a guardian, and he will kind of refer to himself as that too, but, you know, he's pretty much just like her. And the two of them basically have to survive and run away from the demon that turned them into a half-demon. And they're trying to also gain power so that way they can defend themselves from him, and eventually even try to kill him. Yeah, that demon's a dick.
Impossible.
Try and kill him this time. Can you do it? I think you can do it, Ethan. Yes, you can do it.
Give it up.
Haha! If you had chosen Demon Horn, then those horns would never go away. Again, I forget if the Horns of Calamity are part of that. I don't think they are.
Your soul surges in your
Cool, level 87. I'm getting XP for style points, so I've already mastered the style. Holy crap, another one? Alright, well, we'll get to that in a little bit. What's going on here? Fighting against Bolta again. While in Kashgar, I met Bolta again. She informed me a swordsman from the east had helped her sell some merchandise by performing a demonstration with her. Your opponent has a high on your guard. Reduce their health below to a certain level to win. When I entered Kashgar, the perky voice of a familiar blacksmith floated through the air. Bolta. Come one, come all, and what do I have for you today, ladies and gentlemen? Why, this giant axe, the finest example of wood steel you've ever seen. Oh, well, as I live and breathe, even if it ain't, how are you? Want me to fix that weapon up, or are you looking for something to buy? I don't know, do you have, better weapons that are above level 56 that do more than 493 damage? Bolta was as buoyant as ever. I asked if there was a reason she was so chipper. I found me another assistant, just like ya. Helped me put on a show. Some guy carrying a sword from an eastern land. He knew how to swing it good too, let me tell ya. Thanks to him, my sales are through the roof. A man with a sword from an eastern land. Mitsurugi or Arthur, perhaps. Want to know more? Well then you know the drill. Have at ya. Of course, I'm helping her sell things. Oh, it's just Pandora.
Fight!
Here I go! Get ready! Some weapon, right? Farewell!
Yeah, really don't piss off a guy who's been through a ton of astral fissures and can summon a bubble from somewhere. Whew, what a great day for business. I'm smiling so much I'm gonna have to rest my cheeks later. The customers who had been drawn in by our demonstration finished their shopping and dispersed one by one. Eventually, it was just me and Bolto, who was practically jumping for joy. I asked her about the swordsman who'd passed through earlier. Oh yeah, sorry, I was away with the fairies. So, you want to know about Mitsurugi? Bolto explained Mitsurugi had been earning a living recently as a hired sword. He'd stopped by her shop to stock up before setting out on his next job as a merchant's guard. I was reading it right. By the looks of it, you're planning to go after him. Well, if you're ever around this neck of the woods again, let's get another demonstration going, okay? Right, her smithy's for upgrading weapons. I doubt they have any new weapons, yeah. All still level 16 crap. Explore surrounding area, because there's two objectives. There's the Mitsurugi one, and unwelcome. What the fuck, level 90? I won't be able to perform that for a while. Gotta go around the fucking mountain, so. Spent 16,870 gold, but at least I didn't get attacked on the way there. Following Bolt's advice, I made my way to a desert short distance from town. There, I managed to catch up with Mitsurugi. He hadn't changed one bit. Your opponent gets stronger as their health decreases. Oh, shit. Okay, gonna have to be careful. Do my eyes deceive me? Greetings, Ethan. The odds of us meeting like this must be slimmer than a grasshopper's legs. Ha ha ha! Bolt's information led me right to Mitsurugi, who was returning from his latest job. His smile was as infectious as ever. I earned my keep as a bodyguard, but the worst these parts have to offer is cowardly thieves, and is the darkness of night. I fear my senses are growing dull. I knew exactly what Mitsurugi's grin meant, and quickly drew my weapon. Now that's what I like to see! What better way to commemorate our reunion than with a duel? Oh, never change, Mitsurugi, never change. Maybe stop trying to search for Soul Edge or whatever, but never change.
Battle 1. Fight!
Watch this!
Fight! Bring up!
I'm sorry. You really should have made it so there's no ring outs. Then again, no. I don't much care about ring outs. If it wins me a battle, I don't care. Granted, I try not to do it, especially because Eric always complains, but I'm not against it. Clearly Mitsurugi's pissed off. In which case, I'm sorry.
Time to end you!
And I can't follow you down. Oh my gosh, Mitsurugi, man. I'm sorry, you made that too easy. I walked the road back to Kashgar with a very satisfied Mitsurugi. While we walked, we exchanged tales of our recent exploits. The last time I saw my samurai friend, he'd left in search of Geralt. Finding a mysterious character had been no easy task, but Mitsurugi's doggedness paid off. He tracked Geralt back to the strange fortress where they'd first met, and the two warriors engaged in a fierce battle. However, Geralt suddenly claimed he had to return home immediately, before a victor could be declared no less. Well, I suppose Lady Luck led you back to me. Maybe this time she'll lead me to him. Ha ha ha! And what of you? Have you fought any warriors worth speaking of? I told him about Arthur, the blonde samurai searching for Soul Edge. So, he and I share the same goal, do we? Mitsurugi eagerly leaned forward. Then, if as you say he is a worthy opponent, we should find this Arthur post-haste. I almost said the words wrong. Seriously, I had a feeling that Mitsurugi would want to chase down his western counterpart. I nodded my agreement, and together we set off to search for Arthur. Haha, yes! Arthur!
Your soul surges in your body.
Level 87. Let's move in closer, so that way we don't have to spend a lot of gold to get there. Yeah, see? Second Samurai, separate ways. Finally, we meet! You seek Soul Edge, do you not? I do, and you must be the one Ethan told me all about. Mitsurugi, I believe? Indeed, you seem you could be worthy. However, that sword must be mine. No, I'll have it. Let your blade speak for you. Aim Soul Edge for yourself. You shall have to face me. The warriors drew their swords. They lunged once, twice, the clash of their blades flying like fireworks. Long they fought, but Mitsurugi's skills proved the sharper. A well-placed blow sent Arthur's sword flying, and the samurai placed the tip of his blade at his opponent's throat. Ugh, I lose. His sword unmoving, Mitsurugi flashed his grin, brimming with confidence. I know nothing of your plight, but your sword cannot harm me. Perhaps your search for Soul Edge has dulled your skills. As you may have guessed, I am not Japanese. I was born in Western Europe. Arthur was an Englishman who, as a young sailor, had crossed the seas to Japan. Though a wealthy merchant had taken him in, he treated Arthur no better than an object for his collection. To make matters worse, Arthur's foreign features attracted prejudice from those around him, his life miserable. And yet I was blessed with the love of my life, with whom I now have a daughter. Finally, a family. No more do I need to suffer the world alone. Holy crap! Arthur is such a player. It is my duty to protect them and earn the respect of those around me, and Soul Edge will grant me that wish. Mitsurugi lowered his sword and scratched his head. I cannot deny that you have to deal with much. However, I have yet to understand what any of this has to do with Soul Edge. Why do you of others? What do you mean? I was born into a family of peasants. No matter my achievements as a warrior, most would barely give me the time of the day. But that matters not, for I am stronger than them all. Is that not really... is that not what really matters? So pray tell, what drives you to seek Soul Edge? Simple. I wish to become the strongest in the world! Mitsurugi's booming laughter seemed to relax Arthur, who even managed to smile. Of course, my defeat makes sense to me now. Arthur picked up his sword and began gathering his belongings. It is as you say, no matter what I achieve, it will not change who I am in the eyes of those who belittle me. Perhaps my true desire was to simply look down upon them for a change. Mitsurugi, my friend, I shall return to Japan and to my family. I shall only ever draw my sword again to protect them. If that's what's most important to you, then that's what you should do. Rumors have reached me that Soul Edge has been destroyed anyway. I shall take our meeting today as a sign for me to head home. Farewell. Arthur left, his countenance suggesting a huge weight had been lifted from his shoulders. For once, Mitsurugi was silent, seemingly lost in thought. Like Arthur, something must have been weighing heavily on his mind. Ethan, did my eyes deceive me, or did Arthur say Soul Edge has been destroyed? When I told him he had heard correctly, Mitsurugi suddenly bolted after the blonde samurai. Wait! Come back, Arthur! What is this talk of Soul Edge's destruction? Once again, silence filled the air. What path did those two samurai walk, and where would it take them? I looked to the sky and lost myself in contemplation. That's right, that mission there should be the one. Alright, but we're going to the next Astral Fissure. Just back in Athens. Oh shit, son. Things are gonna get real. Kenzie NG has made fucking Afro Samurai. Look at who I'm fighting. Also, why does that look like Alan Rickman from Die Hard?
Dumbass.
Just the way you paused it makes him look like Alan Rickman from Die Hard when he's falling off the fucking building. Your opponent's attacks have higher chance of being critical hits, and our critical hits do more damage. Boy! Wait, what's revert changes? And what's this? Holy crap, I didn't realize. What's revert changes? Well, I guess it just reverts any changes I make, like another weapon or something. I don't have any mercenaries. But I can hire some higher-end mercenaries to do work for me. I should actually go back and check that place out at some point. All I know is there's an achievement for closing 30 astral fissures in the Aftermath campaign.
Battle 1. Fight! Ready? What?
You're trying to do that one move, I see.
Battle 2. Fight! What?
My mistake! No mercy!
Yes, it was.
Showdown! Give it up!
About time we defeated Afro Samurai. Seriously, dude. I doubt though they'll ever make me fight against my own character, because that would be terrifying. What did I just press?
Your soul surges in your body.
Doubt I'm gonna actually travel to anywhere from here. I just want to see what these are down here. Ooh, a Talon quest is all the way out there.